Hello guys, welcome back. If we're going to take a BTC price action under a weekly time frame, that as you remember, as soon as we broke with this candle the $36,000, $37,000, we started looking towards the downside. Also, RSI was on the higher time frame, the weekly time frame was indicating that we may go towards the down unless we're going to stay above 50 or 55 level. That we're going to look into it in a minute. So we had few weeks battle as soon as we broke our support with this candle, which was the 17th of May, the weekly, and then we had a battle at around $35,000. If you remember, that was our support line that's supposed to hold. We had a battle around 4 weeks, and with this candle, as you remember, 14th of June week, we managed to break the $36,500, $37,000. So the primary target was around the 33,000 support number one, and highly likely the next one would be $30,000. However, on the higher time frame, we had these Fibonacci levels, as you remember, and we've been expecting, as soon as we got a rejection from 382, the mirror image of the 618, as I mentioned, that highly likely the price action will come to 618, the golden zone, which is around 27,100 and 24,500 level, because we've got another level at around 24,500. If we're going to take a look into RSI, as I mentioned, that was a fake out to stay above 45 line. As soon as we broke the 45 line, we were looking at the lower time frames in order to go to claim the 50 level, ideally 55, and then to go further up. However, it didn't happen as expected, and we lost the 45 level. We had a battle, as you can see, the price action had a battle below $35,000, as well as the RSI had a battle at around this 45 level. So at the moment we are at around 40 level. That was a quite good indication that price action kept printing higher highs, and then the RSI was printing a lower highs. That was a quite good indication that the market will highly likely will dump, because that was on the higher time frame a bear divergence, and played out perfectly. A daily time frame. Before we move on, if you guys are learning and enjoying from the contents, do not forget to like the video, and if you're new to the channel, subscribe and activate the bell so you do not miss the accurate market updates. Let's take a look into a daily time frame. As you remember, that was our 29th of June. We had a first fake out, second fake out, and then third one that we couldn't manage to break on the 4 hour, the mid time frame. The price action, as I mentioned, highly likely we will see the support number 2. If we're going to lose the support number 2, which is highly likely, that we had a battle, as I mentioned via my Twitter account. As you can see, we had a battle at around $33,000, and we couldn't manage to break it and claim on the mid time frame this resistance as a support to go all the way up to $38,000. In the previous videos, I was giving just the levels that the bulls need to break, the resistance levels. However, I was heavily, as soon as we got a fake out, 2 fake outs, lower time frame as well as the mid time frame pointing towards the south, we were heavily covering in this channel the bear scenarios. So at the moment we're seeing a volatility in the market. In order to be bullish, which is too early to talk about it, we have to claim this support number 1 is acting at the moment as a resistance, the upper line of this support number 1, which is $35,000, in order to go towards the upside. However, as I said, it's too early for us to talk about this scenario, because as I mentioned, I'm still waiting that the price action, as soon as we lose, it is highly likely that we will lose in the coming days, and in the first place that we're going to go and test the 27,100 in the first place, all the way up to 24,500 levels. Moving on to 4 hour time frame. On the 4 hour time frame or daily time frame, it doesn't matter, you can see this scenario which I mentioned yesterday via my Twitter account. Now we've been in this range. We had a mid time frame level, the mid range, as well as the higher time frame. But altogether we've been over 60 days, and as I mentioned in the yesterday's tweet, that highly likely we will see a volatility, because we've got already the price action got squeezed within this symmetric triangle. For market and instant updates, you can follow me via Twitter, _magnate. If we're going to recap from the previous videos, that was our first fake out, second fake out, as well as we couldn't manage to break these resistance. Support number 1, upper line support number 1, was acting as a resistance, and as a result, in my previous videos that I mentioned, highly likely the price action will go in the first place towards the support number 2. So at the moment we are seeing the price action testing the support number 2. And also, as soon as we held the support number 2, I shared these swing trades, and the price action followed the technical analysis perfectly. So in the last video, as I said, highly likely we're going to get another rejection from the upper line of the support number 1, which was acting as a resistance. The first place that we're going to go and test the upper line of this support number 2 all the way up to the lower line of this support, and that was another 10 to 13% spot profit. And if you're doing a leverage trade, you did the math with the 5 times and 10 times leverage. In order to be bullish, if we're going to cover the bullish scenario, as I said, it is too early because all the price action giving us a bearish signal, lower time frame, mid time frame, as well as the higher time frames. We have to break 34,500, ideally 35,000, in order to go all the way up to $38,000 and $39,000. However, as I said, it is too early for us to talk about it, and expecting to test in the coming days, as I said, 27,000 in the first place as soon as we lose the support number 2. 2-hour time frame. If we're going to analyze the 2-hour time frame, as soon as we lost, as you can see, we had a battle around 48 hours. As soon as we lost the lower line of this support number 1, the price action sent all the way back to the support number 2. So at the moment, 2-hour time frame heavily under the bear's control. If we're going to cover the bullish scenario, just in case, the bullish levels, in order to be bullish, we have to break in the 72 hours, 48 to 72 hours, we have to break the lower line of this support number 1, which is acting as a resistance. However, it is unlikely at the moment, as I said, mid time frame, pushing the price all the way towards the downside. We might go and test $32,000, and at the same time, I'm expecting rejection from there. Before we move on to Ethereum price actions, if you want to learn all these technical analysis, what I'm showing to you, and if you want to become an independent professional trader, or you're interested in the institutional trading system, you can message me via Telegram at Magnate8, and one-on-one intense mentorship is available. It only takes you 5 to 10 hours to master this all, and during the course you will learn day trading, i.e. scalping, swing, and as well as the long-term as an investor trading systems. Moving on to Ethereum. Ethereum under daily time frame, the upper line of this support number 2, which is 1725, is extremely important. If we're going to hold the upper line of this support number 1, and then if we see further consolidation, we might have a hope that market will continue towards the upside. However, if we're going to lose 1725, we'll go all the way up to 1550 level, and then as a result we will get a lower lows. At the moment I'm watching closely the 1725 levels. Moving on to 4-hour time frame. Bear in your mind, for the BTC and as well as for Ethereum, we've been following this support resistance lines nearly 1.5 months. As soon as we manage to break the 2000 level resistance, claim it as a support perfectly, then as I mentioned in the previous videos, price action highly likely will go all the way up to between 2400 and 2500 levels. So as you can see, the price action got rejected from $2,409. So from there, if you took this trade, you'll be already up by 20% spot profit. At the same time, I mentioned highly likely we will see a rejection, and in the first place that we will see another test of 2000 level. As you can see, we had a number of candles battle at around 2000 level. As soon as we broke the 2000 level, we tried to test this support number 1, which was acting as a resistance, and as a result, I mentioned that from there highly likely the price action will come in the first place to 2000 all the way up to the lower line of this support number 1, and from there already you've been up by 22% nearly spot profit. As I said, if you're doing a leverage with a decent size, 5 to 10 times, you do the math for yourself. At the moment, as I said in the previous videos, as soon as we couldn't manage to break the support number 1 upper line, it was acting as a resistance. You can see week to week rejection, dollar to dollar rejection. The price action highly likely in the previous videos that I said we will be going all the way up to $1725. So at the moment, as you can see, it's following the plan perfectly, and we may highly likely we will go and test $1725. On the 4-hour time frame, as soon as we couldn't manage to break the lower line of this resistance, now as you can see we had a battle, the 4-hour time frame started giving us a bearish signal. So at the moment, 4-hour time frame heavily under the bear's control. If we're going to cover the bullish levels without claiming this resistance as a support, it is too early for us to talk about the bullish scenario. Still, I will be watching how the price action will react at around the support number 2. 2-hour time frame. As soon as we lost the upper line of this, the resistance level, 2-hour time frame started giving us a bearish signal. So as you can see, perfectly retested the lower line of this resistance, and 2-hour time frame went all the way towards the bearish territory. So as you can see, we had another battle which was very important, week to week, dollar to dollar rejection from 2000 level that I've been mentioning. That was very important level of the Fibonacci level, confluence with the support number 1, horizontal support line. All I can say about 2-hour time frame is heavily under the bear's control. Again, if we're going to cover the bullish levels, the support number 1 is acting as a resistance at the moment. Without breaking, successful break, the 2000 level, it is going to be too early for us to talk about the bullish scenario. So at the moment, in the coming 72 hours, I would be closely watching this support number 2. We came to an end of this episode, and if you guys enjoyed it, do not forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.